Oh my gosh, so much new stuff to show. This on the bottom is the new Ultimate Scorpion with Ultimate Havocs. What you see flying here is not a Nightingale, no. This is the new robot NUO that is, flies indefinitely, so like a Fafnir, basically. And those are the new weapons, Nanea, for example, with 600 meters range, and apparently even some dot damage, which you can see after firing here at the Scorpion down there. This one is going down by the dot damage. Man, are you ready for all of this? What's up, friends? This is Manni, and welcome to the new test server in War Robots this weekend with so many things, I don't even know where to start. Let's start with NUO, the new robot that can fly indefinitely, similar to the Fafnir, but it looks a lot more like a Nightingale. We'll see in a moment. Called a space tech robot with a siege link. So similar to a Demeter, it will look at an ally and start a friendly link and give himself and the linked friend counter-blind. So counter-blinding the enemy when they get shot. And on top of that, he gets damage stacks bonuses for each damage done by the linked friend and by himself. The linked friend also gets them, but he loses the damage boosts, while the NUO keeps them indefinitely and can stack them up to 20 damage stacks. How much percentage-wise that is, we don't know what each stack is. We'll see that in a second, but that's just one thing, okay? The other thing is we have an Ultimate Scorpion now. That's right, we needed an Ultimate Scorpion with 3 medium weapons because the regular one was not scary enough. We have the backstab ability. There is a damage reduction and dot inflict damage to the hull with the tail. The damage reduction acceleration, so he's got like 50% resistance while he teleports. Teleport range 350 meters still. Built-in weapon range still the 100 meters as before, and he gets 37% faster. Alright, and he goes 12 seconds. I'm not exactly sure how much more ultimate it is, aside from 2 medium weapons and the damage reduction. That's a big thing, and probably the acceleration too. But the rest seems relatively normal, but yeah, it's an Ultimate Scorpion now, so more beefy, more firepower, more danger, okay? Then, this is not all, friends, we have more. We have a new Nanea weapon, which is a space tech weapon with 600 meters range, powerful assault rifle capable of adapting to combat situations with its 2 firing modes. The rifle deals both kinetic and energy damage, and its unique effect mechanics allow for attack combinations to maximize damage. And the assault rifle high rate of fire, and I don't know, there's different fire modes on it apparently. So that's this thing, 600 meters range, 6 seconds reload time, good damage output. And then, you may have seen it here, we have the Ultimate Havoc here, a space tech weapon. There's apparently space tech day, ultimate version with only 200 meters range. So it's good to see that although it is an ultimate weapon, the only weakness that the Havocs have are not being completely removed. It's still only 200 meters range, but it's gonna reload faster and have more damage output. But the probably coolest thing I've seen in a long time, something we have all been wondering when it comes, is g.a.s. Yes, we're not talking about actual, like, stuff in the air. No, we're talking about something called a generative AEGIS system. Yes, g.a.s. We got, finally, an AEGIS shield to carry around. And, of all things, it is a medium-type weapon, because the medium-type weapon has always been the meta in the game. Can't wait to show you all of this. And by the way, if you like the content, stay tuned, subscribe, and I'll catch you hopefully in the next video. It's a space tech ground defense blah 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 system, 300,000 HP per shield. Now imagine there is certain robots that can carry up to, what, 5 of them? I'm not sure if they go on every single slot or if they only go on slots that point upwards, which could very well be. There are a few limitations like this. You may remember that also the ECU shield only goes on certain sides, never on top, for example, right? We'll see all of that now in a second. But let me just say, we have Shinto. It's a YouTube channel, a smaller creator so far, but maybe we can change that to thank for the gameplay, because unfortunately whenever I try to equip the robot now, it goes into a forever indefinite loading screen. So I cannot actually load it up. What I can do though is show you Shinto's perfect gameplay that he has already recorded from the new content. He's a relatively fresh creator in War Robots, so he's linked down in the description pinned comment. Please go ahead and check him out and leave some love in the comments under his videos, okay? So let's go into the showcase. So here we are with a new robot, NUO. NUO, right? Yeah. Not Neo, the one. No. And we're already flying here with very low speed, by the way. The NUO is definitely not a very fast robot in the air. And also, you might expect that he is a pretty easy to take down target. So, seems like we're flying over here with Shinto. Thank you for recording this, by the way, and I hope that a lot of my viewers are coming over to say thanks also and stick with the channel as well. So good idea, by the way. He's he's landed in between. He noticed he couldn't fly up there, so he's basically just hanging up here, stalling time until the ability comes back, so he can fly from a higher altitude, which is the only way to get up there. And this is the ultimate Scorpion down below, trying to jump on Shinto here with his NUO robot, but apparently that jump did not work out very well, so he teleported back. And that's basically also the moment when he dies. I don't know, he wasn't really controlling very well, wasn't really firing back. Well, at least he was representing a nice target to take down. And there's another one down there. And you see these new weapons also do a lot of damage. They have 600 meters range and have seemingly a dot effect. Yeah. Also, choose manually target. Oh man, I know, right? It's just you can't play the game without this. This function of being able to, you know, manually choose and lock a target, hard lock it, is like a have to at this point. I don't know, maybe it should be activated by default, War Robots, Pixonic. I seriously think it should be activated by default. Here you see the counter suppression, okay? No, sorry, the counter blind. Remember when I said that the NUO has a counter blind that he activates as soon as he chain links to a friendly? And that is just what happens. He basically lost the target lock on. And here we see the new AEGIS shield system, g.a.s. Generated AEGIS system, yeah, something like this. It's awesome. It looks like a weapon actually, and you see it's mounted on top-facing hard points. So I'm not sure, but I'm assuming. I wasn't able to test this, but I'm assuming that you cannot equip these weapons on the side, like for example on the outer parts of a griffin or something. Okay. But what you can also see is that he has more than 600,000 shield energy from these two weapons. 600,000 Aegis shield, which you cannot ignore unless you actually have a shield breaking effect. And you see some enemies do have that, and this is why the phase shift is definitely a must-have. Any robot that lives from shields, be it the Dagon robot or in the future maybe a build that has these new gas systems on it. I don't know, the word gas will be causing a lot of confusion, I'm assuming. But all of those, they kind of really like phase shift, because once the enemy begins to shield break you, you have to time out, right? You have to just get a couple of seconds to escape. Because typically a robot that has a shield is not very useful under the shield or very strong. Right here, he's getting attacked from behind by the Baglioro, also doing shield break at the same time. I wonder where he got the shield break from, though. Because there was a weird symbol over his head that looked like maybe, I don't know, he was doing something, but is that the shield break icon? It is not, right? I don't know. Anyways, basically, the robot got destroyed because it got shield broken most of the time, right? This is typically what you would die from. If you have 600,000 energy shield from the Aegis shield, you'll be dying most likely due to somebody shield breaking you, because the chances of somebody actually breaking 600,000 shield energy and you're still there exposed to his firepower, well, I would say it's not very high, right? Anyway, so we have another build coming up here from Shinto with the NUO robot. And all three of these new weapons loaded. Also running the the healing right now. And from what I gathered, the new healing is now doing a quantum radar effect. No longer a shield breaking effect, right? The new unstable conduit, or whatever it's called. And that Pathfinder down there went quick from Nanea. The new weapon Nanea. Okay? So that's the... I think this is the medium one. One thing that we should probably add here is that this flying NUO robot has 2 medium and 1 heavy hardpoint. So, same firepower as a Fenrir brings. It's a lot of firepower for something that can potentially fly up and hover over certain covers, for example, right? Pretty crazy. So let's keep that in mind. That's gonna be a lot of firepower. And here we see the new Ultimate Havoc together with the other heavy version of the NEO now, whatever the weapon was called. New weapon, give me a break. I haven't learned it yet. Nice job how the Berserkliere bow dropped that Devourer Titan. That guy did not devour anything, but what you can see here is to the left, on the edge of the screen, there's an 18 with the arrow pointing up, right? Using this footage here as a means to provide additional advice and information here. It shows the damage stacks that he has active right now in this moment. That means he's close to the maximum amount of damage boosts he can get with the robot. And although the Ultimate Havoc was not quite ready to fire at that range, doing damage himself, he's also boosting the damage. But did you see that? He's boosting at 36 stacks now. In the description, it said that the NUO robot will only get 20 maximum damage stacks, but he already got 36. So I'm wondering if this is maybe a little faulty in the system, or I don't know. We'll see, I guess. Alright, so we have Shinto coming up here with the Devourer Titan himself. By the way, a really interesting build with the electric shotguns, how I always call them. I think that this might actually be one of the coolest builds to run the Devourer as. It's something that I should definitely try. I haven't tried this setup yet, but I should. Because there's a ton of firepower on this thing, and combining this with, you know, your stealth, and in between of the stealth, being able to place the leeching against your enemy Titan, or something like this that you got in front of you. Wow, you got fooled. He was turning around, but yeah, alright. Good job there. Taking down the Mauler, and we have what's coming next. Alright, whatever it was, it's gone now. Let's see how much damage this was. It was mostly the damage done by the Neona weapon or something, right? NUO robot, Neona weapon or whatever. That's gonna take me some time to remember it. Okay, so how much damage did Shinto do here? Again, ladies and gents, please go ahead, check down in the description, pinned comment, his channel. He's, I think from what I've saw, he's posted the first videos a month ago. So, it would be cool if you gave him some sweet love down in the comments and visit the channel. Because I'm sure he would be happy to have you guys finding him on the channel. And so, yeah, let's move on. We have, once again, the NUO robot loaded. We're on Canyon now. Yeah, let's find out how this thing is gonna run this time. Alright, there is a Reaper Crisis or something that just almost dropped an entire NUO robot in the air. He basically lost all his health. And then the same thing happens exactly to Shinto as well with the regulator weapons. I don't know, Pixonic, still, I have to repeat the same thing again. A weapon that has 800 meters range should never be able to drop you this fast. It makes absolutely zero sense, and it just lets me, it's asking the questions, or it's provoking the question, why would you run something with like 200 meters range, like for example Ultimate Havoc, if a weapon can have 800 meters range and kill you much faster even, you know? Does it not seem odd to you, Pixonic, that a weapon with that kind of range, covering pretty much the entire distance of Canyon, has this sort of damage output. I don't know what you're thinking with that. It just seems to make, it just makes no sense to me. I'm looking at things from a gamer perspective and from a balancing kind of perspective, and I expect you guys at Pixie HQ or My Games, whatever you are want to call yourself these days, to focus more on the balancing side, since, you know, it's a multiplayer shooter. Balancing should always be an important aspect of that. Although I guess in this mobile gaming industry, that part is different. But yeah, so shooting down enemies at long range. The weapon reload 5 seconds, okay. It also doesn't seem to be 100% accurate on the shooting. It seems to, like, the weapon has a spread, a small spread maybe, but it does seem to be having a spread. So maybe you will lose a bit of firepower the further you are away from your enemy. This is one of those weapons where I say, maybe Pixonic, you did a good job here, right? Maybe this is how a weapon with 600 meters range should perform. And maybe a weapon with 800 meters should perform not like regulators, you know? But yeah, just, yeah, I guess I'm repeating myself. Shooting down these, wow, yeah, you gotta get in cover from that, man. It's so sick. Like, if you're not in cover instantly, you're basically immediately dead. He's opening fire, trying to find a sweet spot to shoot from, but yeah, I don't know. It seems like the weapons are dealing more damage when the enemy was closer. Or for some reason, these robots over there don't take the full damage. Okay, maybe now. All right, the dot effect did the job. Very nice. Okay. He was definitely outgunned there, but he was able to drop him. Okay. So, what's next? Yeah, what are you gonna do when you have these 4 guns pointed at you? And it's similar, like, I feel like this robot will have the same weaknesses as a Fafnir. You fly up and you have your boosts on, you know, from starting to fly. You have the chain link to your friend. You have some bonuses, some counter blind, and so on. So for a while, you'll be good when you start to fly. However, if you do the thing that a Fafnir does, for example, right? You stay in the air after the absorber shield drops. From that point on, you're like a flying target. Anybody can just delete you from the game. And you have no more defense system running. The shield is not going to come back unless you land and restart it on the Fafnir. And it's the same thing here. If you want to relink to a friend, you first have to land, wait out the cooldown, and then you can re-trigger another chain link to your friend and get some bonuses like the counter blinding that will help you stay alive for a few more seconds, you know? And so I think this is a robot that will probably require you to constantly land and start again, especially if you want to do that support role that the robot is supposed to do, right? Here we're having, once again, the 600,000 energy shield from the g.a.s system, the generated AEGIS system. You know what? Actually, that acronym is pretty easy to learn, because, you know, the A must be AEGIS, some S must be standing for system, so there's only one way left, and or one word left, and that's the generator. So yeah, we can remember that one pretty well. Interesting that he has not been chosen as a target, but you know what? I think it's because of that ridiculous shield. It's like all the enemies, did you see that? They were like favoring other targets over him because it was obvious that he's got that crazy shield. But these new weapons, they also say that they are like kind of kinetic and kind of energy based. So they are like the first hybrid weapon to cover both things. How does that work exactly? Does that mean they will bypass blue energy shields or they won't? Right? Because projectiles don't, but energy weapons do. So if this is a hybrid, I'm assuming it will take over the strength in each situation. So balancing, I don't know, but I'm assuming that it will bypass blue shields. It shouldn't, however, bypass yellow shields because they're Aegis shields, and they can only be bypassed by running shield break. So I think, wow, look, even the Titan damage is absorbed. Jesus, even the regulator Titan damage was absorbed. And take a look at the regen of the shield. Dude, that is a substantial regen. for this much shield energy. I wonder what robots you could put this on. Oh, it just gives me the wildest ideas. I really want to play around. I wish I could have played this test server already because it seems very interesting, but unfortunately you saw as soon as I begin equipping something, it goes into a load screen that never ends. So I had to find some other creative ways to show you this stuff, and thankfully Shinto has done a great job at recording stuff here. So once again, ladies and gents, please check him out. Give him some thanks and maybe surprise him. Like bump his comment section with some awesome, sweet Manni love and some comments there. And also from my side, Shinto, thank you for making this video. I hope you're okay with me using the content. Yeah, I hope that a lot of my viewers will find you through this video as well. And also, if you ever get the chance, Shinto, to make some commentary on your videos, I would suggest trying that out, because it helps viewers understand things behind certain things more. If I were to give you a few tips, if you do have the chance to add commentary, it will provide, yeah, a lot more insights, you know? This is also what I thought I was going to be doing here with your gameplays, explaining the things behind the weapons and behind the robot. Because just from watching it, it's not all coming clear to everybody. So yeah, try out a commentary video maybe next. Maybe we'll see one on your channel. Again, the link is down. Yeah, the new content is crazy cool. I'm looking into the Ultimate Scorpion next. Let's see what this thing is going to be about. Doesn't seem to be so much different from the regular Scorpion, but we'll see. So thanks for watching also from me, and don't forget to check down in the link down below. Bye bye.